What? There's no fucking audio. Is there audio now? I swear to fucking God, dude.
There's no fucking audio. Is there audio?
Okay, there's audio now. I can hear it. Son of a fucking motherfucking. Bear with me, people. Hang on. God damn it.
Nobody needs music. What are you doing?
What?
I said nobody needs music. Okay.
It's only a semi-silent stream. Hang on a second. God damn this fucking bullshit. Ugh. Fuck it. I don't fucking know. You know, too many goddamn retarded fucking buttons. Too many. I swear to God, put a fucking cable in one jack, put a cable in another fucking jack, turn a goddamn knob. Why the fuck this shit has to be so fucking retarded and so fucking difficult? I can pull this shit up on my own fucking system. I can go live privately. All this fucking shit works. The second I bring people in here and it's like, nope, fuck you, bedtime clown. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Not going to work. Yeah, you goddamn right I got some issues, Lisa. You goddamn right. Because who needs fucking audio? Who needs it? It's fucking stupid. Right? It's dumb as fuck. My whole goddamn live stream was centered around some fucking audio fucking playing through this shit, and it will not fucking do it. Should I turn my camera on and go smash this? You know what? The whole fucking reason I wanted to go live was to talk about Nick Rekieta. You know, I'm so fucking pissed off right now and aggravated at just probably how simple this fucking shit really is and how goddamn maddeningly complicated it is because of the ability to fucking complicate it. That is dumb. I'm sorry, Navin. That's fucking dumb. There's a reason why the regular old voice meter and the voice meter potato exist. It's because human beings have a tendency to over fucking complicate things. Why give them the fucking ability? You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking point in that. If you want shit to not work, give a human being more options than they'll possibly ever fucking fathom needing. And then guess what? Shit won't work. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys know who Nick Ricade? I'm so fucking mad right now. I could spit fucking nails. Just flip that thingamajiggy. That's right. This fucking coke snorting, meth doing, nanny fucking 5 kid having, completely successful lawyer on fucking YouTube with the hot takes and Kyle Rittenhouse interviews and goes breaded and can operate his audio 99% of the fucking time, drunk off his goddamn ass right before he gets arrested with his wife and nanny. And I can't even pump the fucking audio.
Why don't you tell them who he is for people that don't know?
I want to break the fuck out of this shit. And then tell it, well, there, now work, bitch. Because that'll help, right? Navin, the link is pinned. Come up here and help me, please, for fuck's sakes. I mean, seriously, this thing is just not gonna. I mean, what is not clicked? You know, or what is clicked? I don't even know. I just don't. I don't even know. Here's this gonna. Here's this gonna. Oh, not coming. Okay. Sounds like shit. Let's try this. Try this. We'll get something here. Ah! I can't believe nothing's coming. I can't even tell you how frustrating it is that I like I can hear the audio.
I can't even tell you how frustrating.
Like I can hear the audio. It's playing clear as day in my ears, in Voodoo's ears. Like it's right there, but it's not right there. Like how is it not right there? It's fucking maddening, man. Like what the fuck? All right, Devin, I'm gonna let you up. Oh God, like I said, man. Oh, where's my mouse? I can't even find my mouse now. What's up, man? Now I don't hear anything. Navin, are you there? Hello? Your text box thingy isn't moving.
Okay. You got
Oh, there. Yeah, I got
is
you.
that me? Okay.
Yeah, you probably have the same problem I'm having.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm so mad,
Well, what are you doing?
dude. I just want to pump some audio from YouTube into the stream. That's it, and it's like no, fuck you.
We were supposed to do a test stream first. You just jumped right in. You just jumped in the deep end.
Dude, I've been doing test streams
Oh, you have?
privately. Yeah.
So it's
And
not playing your YouTube. It's not playing your YouTube audio. That's what's happening?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Here, let me
Okay,
see.
so
Hang on.
well, hold on. Listen, you're in StreamYards. What do you have it set to for your input device?
Oh fuck. Yeah, I forgot to go look at that. Let me see.
Because you got to remember you're on auxiliary on voice meters. You got to make sure your mic is piped over to B2, and then go to StreamYards and make sure set your input to voice meter auxiliary for your input.
Oh,
Play
hang
some
on.
music.
Hang on. So in StreamYard, it's set for voice meter auxiliary input for the
Okay.
speaker. The mic is for the soundboard, which the audio should play through either one.
Oh,
Dude, I've been digging around in all these settings. I've been following tutorials, all of that shit. As far as I know, it was working on private streams. I've tested it like 4 different fucking times.
ain't that how it goes?
Hang on a second, Crafty. I'll let you up in here in a minute. Let me get through this real quick. But you're right. Let me.
Try your input to take it off a soundboard, put it on a voice meter auxiliary, and see if it plays some music.
Well, I can't take my mic off of. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on.
Sure you can.
Hang on. Well, if I take my mic off, then I won't be able to speak because of where the mic is.
But you have a mic input on voice meter, right? You pipe that over to B2. Then we hear the mic and the sound.
Can you hear those birds?
Yeah, I hear the birds.
Okay, you hear the birds.
Yeah, squawk,
Okay.
squawk, squawk.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So hang on. Let me do this. Oh, fucking A, man. That just fucking pisses me off to no fucking end. And then you get, sorry, that was probably just closed string. No, I didn't. Okay.
Have you had a beer yet?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, well, there you go. Got another problem.
Yeah, why do you think I'm so upset? No.
Right. That's why you're throwing shit around.
Oh,
One thing about voice
shit.
meter, it's not like a regular mixer. You can't throw it across the room, you know.
Did you hear any of that coming?
Oh, try it again.
Nothing.
Negative. What you playing that out of? Is that VLC or is that your media player or something?
Did you hear that?
Negative.
What in the fuck, dude?
What are you trying to play?
Just a YouTube music.
Oh, well, that should be your system sound. So if you're, ooh, boy, what the hell was that?
Sorry,
Son of a
wrong
bitch.
one.
Yeah.
It's not what I accidentally.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All right, hang on. Let me try this. Did that come?
That
through?
I heard something, but I gotta say, it didn't sound too fucking good.
All right, hang on.
I mean, maybe it's a bad audio. Try something different. Try another YouTube music. Sound like blown out speakers.
Yeah, it's way too loud, and like all of that was set. Like none of that is working now.
Oh, I hate that. Voice meter allows you to save your settings. It saves them on.
Dude, I have the profile saved.
Ah,
Let me restart the audio engine. Maybe that's the issue, dude. I don't
Maybe.
know. I'm so sick of it right now. I've been days and days and days, and
yeah. Just put it down. We'll get it working. When it works, it works. We'll get it working.
Are
We
you
don't need to
there?
fuck with it right now. Yeah, I'm here.
See, now I can't hear. Now I can't hear
Uh-oh.
Navin. That's the speaker. So that was cable input.
God, this reminds me of scam baiting days. Can you hear me now?
Let me
How about now?
try. Which one is that? That's voice meter aux 1. Let me try voice meter aux 1. Voice meter aux 1. Okay, now I can hear Navin scratching around in the background.
No, that ain't me scratching. That's you scratching.
No, that's not. Oh, that might be Voodoo Queen scratching. Hang on, let me see. Let me see if this plays.
Oh my God, watch my ears.
Did you hear it now?
No. We need
How
a
about
test
now?
pattern up. Negative.
Dude, I don't even know.
I feel like I'm at the doctor's office, the eye doctor. Is this better?
Did that come through?
6 or 7.
That's a pretty cool sound effect, but it's not what you're looking for.
No. All right.
We need to go. We need to do another little private session, and you just go through all my settings and just copy them. Of course, you got that hardware shit too, but you know.
I had it all worked out. It was all working great. The only thing I
Damn.
couldn't do was separate the mic because the mic is connected to the soundboard.
Yeah.
So I have two mics, right? I've got that little Zoom mic and I've got the condenser mic that came with the soundboard. So she's got the condenser mic and I've got the Zoom mic. The Zoom mic, I can change the input and add effects independently, but it's still plugged in through the soundboard. I'm out of USB ports on the computer. And I just don't have. Anyways, I'm telling you, dude, I've been fucking around with this for days and days and days, and I've tested and tested and tested and tested, and I thought I had it, and all of a sudden you go live and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's how it works, huh?
I
That's how it
guess.
is. Good thing you're not launching rockets.
I mean, I can see it. I can see everything that I've played through it. I can see it on the board. I can see it all across the board. I can see my two stereo inputs whenever I've got them respectively playing something between the two. I can see the fader meters on those. I can see the inputs, the virtual inputs. You know, my voice meter input, my auxiliary one input, my VIO 3 input. I can see those. I can see the fucking A1 through B3. I can see all of those. I can see where I've got them piped and what for. What? Why? What in
Because
the fuck?
I
Fucking
think the
change?
stream. I think in StreamYard you got to set that thing to your mic in to voice meter, whatever you're piping everything through, whether it's auxiliary.
Okay,
Like you
all
got to
right.
set your mic.
I may be back in a second. Hang on. Let me change
All right.
both. See what happens. All right, we're going to change the microphone. Oh, but see, I think that's the problem with the mic setting is I don't have. It doesn't give me the capability to go to like the auxiliary. So for the
Yeah, because
mic,
you don't have a mic. You don't have a mic plugged into directly into a line in on sound on a voice meter. That's why, where you can pipe it over to auxiliary.
well, you would have to have it plugged into your computer and not to the soundboard. So that's why
That's
the
right.
mic should remain the soundboard,
That's right. Yep, that's right. It's running in soundboard.
in my opinion. I mean, I
We need
don't.
to get you
Let me
need more
read.
USB ports
Yeah,
to get an
a search
expansion.
for USB ports. Um, I could try voice meter out B. I could try the VIO going to B3. Because I don't see auxiliary one.
It's just auxiliary.
Try that and see. All right. Well, I changed it and it says it's still picking up my signal. The mic is now set on out voice meter out B1.
Hey man, that's pretty good.
All right. So
I hear
go
you.
to speaker and change the speaker to voice meter. It was on auxiliary. Y'all still weren't hearing it.
Well, you leave it there because that's not. We're not going to hear your speaker. Only the mic is what we're going to hear.
Yeah.
The speaker's for you, and
All right.
and A1 is you set your headset to A1.
All right. Well, let me know if you can you hear this. What about my mother? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear not much of mother. Or my mother.
So you did hear that?
No, I didn't hear it. No, I wouldn't lie to you. I didn't hear it.
Ah, God damn it. Are you fucking with me, dude? Don't be fucking. I haven't been able to read the chat. Let's see. Okay. See, all of these should be on echo. See, now there's an echo. How about this?
Rev Kelly called bingo. He must be playing bingo. He called out bingo. Bingo.
Well, everything's coming through A1.
Well, that's just for your headset. That's for your monitoring. That doesn't have anything to do with.
Well, no, under the in the middle of it of the board, where there's voice meter input, voice meter auxiliary 1, and voice meter VIO 3, A1 has to be checked on
A1's
all of
reserved.
those.
A1 is reserved for your headset, so you can monitor each, except for your mic. You don't want to hear yourself. Some people do. Some people don't mind hearing themselves, but that's where you set A1 to your headset. But
okay, so Google Chrome is playing through voice meter auxiliary 1.
you don't want to
What
talk
needs
about
to be, huh? What needs to be ticked? None of them?
To do what?
For people to hear the music through the live stream.
Well, your system sound and your master sound settings, mean your default sound recording and playback should both be set to. I think you have them set to auxiliary, and once you do that, and you have B2 ticked on your that's your auxiliary. Come
All right,
on through.
All right.
While he's doing that, yeah, Rick Rude's trying to.
Okay.
He had. Oh, go ahead. Rick's still working on the floor. He's still working on the pallets. He ain't got nowhere near getting that shed done. Surprised he didn't put a FEMA claim in on his shed. I had a shed here. The storm blew it all away. All I got left is these pallets. Fuck, I better not say that. Don't give me any ideas. Well, fuck, he'll try to do it. I think we lost BTC, and when he comes back, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be fucking pissed. Well, he's half hardware and half virtual. That's what's happening with BTC. He's in transition. He's not male. He's not female. He's just kind of in between. He's a tweener.
God.
There
It
he
is
is.
so fucking frustrating. Now, dude, no, switching the master over to I had it set up, man. Now it's fucked up.
Look, tomorrow sometime tomorrow evening we'll just do another session. I'll just copy my settings. Just copy them. You don't
You
want
know,
to do that. We'll do a screen share, and I'll just show you my settings.
this is how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
I have to go to the bathroom really quick, and you're more than welcome to stay up here. But I also want a cup of coffee. I'm fucking. I need just a moment to compose myself,
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
and I'm pretty sure this is number.
Bitch.
Can you hear that?
Oh, fuck yeah. What was it supposed to be?
You can hear that? That's music.
Well,
you can.
Let it play a little longer. Maybe it just might be bad taste in music. Let it play a little longer.
Okay. I'll be back, motherfuckers.
Oh shit! Don't make this. Oh hell. Oh no! This is painful. This is not good. This is not good music. Yeah, we gotta clean that up. I hope that's just a bad YouTube. Wow. Man, Rebel's probably laughing his ass off right now if he's watching this. Hey man, I'm pretty sure I'm hearing the same. You guys are hearing the same thing I'm hearing, huh? Yeah, sounds like Rick Rude joined the band. Rick Rude and the Moochers, the new band, the new sensation. This is horrible. Why is he making this? I have no control. I can't turn the volume down, guys. I wish I could. No, he's got something crossed over. You know, hey Pat, you know, like the bit rate in CD audio versus DVR audio, he's got something crossed up. We got to fix his bit rate, audio bit rate. It's mismatched somewhere. He probably went. He probably went to the bathroom. He's in the bathroom with on his phone listening.
Is that better?
No, I mean, we could hear it, but it's just crappy audio. It's just like, bleh.
It doesn't sound crappy on Voodoo's end.
On what?
On Voodoo's end, it doesn't sound crappy.
Oh, she's listening to it.
Yeah, in another room.
Oh, could you hear me talking?
Yes.
Well, maybe it's just me. What do you guys think? What do you guys think on a scale of on a scale of Rick Rude to Jimi Hendrix? What's the quality? We got to fix that, buddy. And you have some, and I think you have some attenuation happening too. Like it's softening up when other people speak. It's not maintaining its audio. So it's
Yeah, that was happening the other day.
yeah. So it's setting when do this to the audio when others speak, so it doesn't sense other people speaking and try to control the audio on it, the volume.
And then when I had it before I started this stream, it wasn't doing that on StreamYard. So I don't know, I don't know what could have changed because I have it saved as a profile.
Yeah.
But that's the whole reason I saved it, because it wasn't doing any of that bullshit. And now,
Yeah, right. That. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, that's why you saved it. Like, yeah, I think I'm good. I'm gonna save this. But well, I don't know, man. You're close. I mean, you're getting there.
So, anyways, do you know who Nick Rekieta is?
No, but I haven't heard that name till today, and it's been all over the fucking place. But I don't know who the hell it is. It's been everywhere.
Well,
in Discord, I went to YouTube, and there's somebody's doing YouTube shit on it. Who is that dude?
So Nick Rekieta is a lawyer, and you have you ever heard of that umbrella guy, or DWI guy, or
I know the DWI guy, the DWI lawyer guy.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's kind of along those lines. He blew up really big. Well, I feel like before the Rittenhouse trial, but that's what he would do is he would live stream trials and he would give his commentary on them.
Okay.
Anyways, he's gotten pretty big here the last couple of years, and well, they got in some trouble. Early yesterday morning.
Legal trouble?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you do?
He kind of turtle boyed himself in a way. Well, he lives in Minnesota, in a probably a fairly large but quaint, 2-story, possibly 3, maybe with a basement home. Likes his firearms, his free speech, anime, of course.
Oh God.
And he's got his wife and his 5 kids, and they go to church, but he's very outspoken. He takes on the left frequently, and he's got great expert legal advice and hot takes on all kinds of social media issues and geopolitical issues and domestic political issues and all that kind of shit. But he likes to drink a little too much from time to time, and apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently he likes to possibly bang the live-in nanny with the wife. And Thursday morning, actually the last week, I guess it's been about a month since I really paid any attention to anything Rekieta did on YouTube. Maybe a little less than a month, but I know the last 2 streams, because usually he's going off the air right when I'm waking up. So the last two streams, that one of which has since been deleted, the latest one, but the one before that, he was looking pretty bad, like physically pretty bad. And then I guess I think the last one I had in my feed was on Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. I didn't click on it. I just looked at the thumbnail and saw the title, and it just went on about my business. Probably just to go troll Abe or something. I wish now I would have clicked on it, because I probably would have just gone outside and recorded it, but I didn't. But he was looking pretty fucking rough. And then I guess Thursday morning, he got the police came to his door. He would not open the door, and they busted in the door.
Oh wow!
The way I take it from what I read, this all probably maybe started off as like a welfare check, and they found the 4 kids and the nanny, and then they found Nick and his wife in the bedroom or somewhere about the house.
Please tell me the kids weren't involved. He didn't do anything with kids, did he?
No, I didn't do anything to the kids other than use a bunch of drugs and guns and shit with them in the house.
What were they busting the door for?
Like I said, I think it started off as a welfare check, and he tried to possibly like maybe
pin them off.
David Koresh it or Ruby Ridge it. Like, you don't have a right to be here. Fuck you.
He did one of those deals, huh?
Well, he didn't do one of those deals. I think it may have started off that way until they busted.
What was that guy's name up there in Idaho? Was that Ruby Ridge? Was that Weber? Weber?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Werner.
Yeah,
anyway.
And so they found his wife. Well, let me state it this way: all 3, the Nick, the wife Kayla, and the live-in nanny April Imholt, if anybody knows who she is, or who her husband is on YouTube. They were all 3 arrested and charged with 3 charges each. And I don't have it pulled up in front of me now because I got pissed off earlier and fucking exited out of all of that shit because, fuck this shit. And I was kind of.
So there was no warrant. They weren't going there because of a charge. They were
No,
going
there
there.
was a warrant. According to a media outlet in Minnesota, there was a warrant. That's why I say I think it started off as a welfare check and then turned into something where they were like, all right, motherfucker, we're getting a warrant. And they got
what was the original warrant for?
Don't know.
You don't know? Mm-hmm. Well, son of a bitch, we kind of need to know these things.
So, well, this is a developing story, Navin. Take it easy on me, man. I'm not good. I mean, what am I, a reporter? I just want to come in here and talk shit.
Yeah.
And pump some music through my fucking live stream.
That's where I get my news from.
Yeah. Well, maybe Katie. I don't know. But yeah. So they were. I can't quote the charges verbatim, but they were possession of a controlled substance classes A through, or classes whatever it is, 1 through 5. That's how it was listed on paper, anyways. When I heard the judge,
damn, I hate to see that.
When I heard the judge during his arraignment this morning, or early this afternoon, he said the first charge was possession of a controlled substance. He said cocaine or meth over 25 grams.
Oh.
There's a firearm charge because it's in Minnesota. It's firearm with controlled substance. So
can't do that. Yeah.
And
see,
then
I'm wondering if those possession charges were what they were going over there for, or is that what they ran into when they got there?
That's what they ran in. That's why I say I think it started out as a welfare check. He told them to go get fucked, get a warrant, blah blah blah. They got a warrant. And
Jesus Christ, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And then the third charge is, well, they said one charge of child endangerment, but the news outlet that put a print story out a couple of hours ago, said 4 children were present when they broke down the door. They have 5 kids. So I'm not sure what the whole deal is with that. But in the news report, the Minnesota whatever Tribune, whatever the fuck that was, they were saying that the police found digital scale pills that were
All right, there's a problem. Got digital scale. Okay.
pills that
Yeah.
ketamine and the 25 grams of the meth and or coke.
Yes, that's surprised they didn't try to hit him with intent to distribute with that scale. Ask PDF about that. That's what kind of did him in.
Hey, Chris,
Hey, fellers.
what's going on, man?
Happy
that?
Memorial Day pregame. It's
Yeah,
corrosive, David.
happy Memorial.
What's up, Corrosive?
But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about, but that's all just been shot to shit. So Corrosive, he probably has a few more details than me, and I'm absolutely mentally disheveled at the moment because insanity.
Well, I mean, I've been digging in on the Reddit side because Rikita was feuding with Medicare, who was feuding with Nick Fuentes, who was feuding with Ralph, and all this old shit that goes back years. There's a lot of people invested in it, and from what everybody thinks, it was something from the homeschooling community. Somebody raised a flag about the kids, and that's why they showed up. And then, like you said, he barricaded the door, so come back with a fucking warrant. They did with a warrant and a battering ram. Went through the door.
Yes.
Found scales, bags, drugs, pills, an AR-style rifle, fresh ammo, discharged ammo on the floor of the bedroom. So, was he getting looted and firing the gun in the house?
One round. It was just one round, Corrosive.
Yep. Picked up him, the wife, and then the girl that was there, who I think is, if somebody may be able to correct me on that, but I think that's Steel Toe Morning Show's fiance.
Yes. Yeah. Ex.
Ex. Okay. She has since been released. All charges dropped on her. So clearly
Did you watch the arraignment?
No, I didn't get to see that. I was busy watching Karen Reed.
Do you want to watch it now? It's only 10 minutes. We can watch it, and you can see his reaction on his face when he finds out.
Yeah, I mean, I do heard he said he's going to try and represent his wife in this, and I'm like, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot if that's true, dude. Just get a lawyer who knows what you're doing, Nick.
Apparently, he didn't know what he's doing. If he got himself in all that trouble, I mean, the way he handled it, now he's going to handle the case too. Jesus.
Well, so there's this guy named Monograph who's been suing the shit out of Rikita for a while for saying horrible shit, because it turns out you can't just call people horrible things on the internet if they know how to file a lawsuit. And his case hasn't been going well for Nick. So people have been watching him decline strongly in the last couple of months. He's drunk almost all the time. He's clearly high half the time. He's living his life on YouTube. He is escaping from his reality here. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. Once you get into that spiral of drugs and alcohol, you stop making good decisions.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you watch the arraignment, and I'll put the link in the chat here. We don't have to watch it now. I'll put it in here in a minute. But if you watch the arraignment and you hear the judge lay out the state's charges, it's like, dude, there is no not guilty plea here, bro. No jury in Minnesota.
The state read out the probable cause for the.
They didn't read out the probable cause because this was an arraignment hearing.
Yeah.
So,
what would the judge end up with? They give him a bond or no bond or what?
They gave him a bond, $50,000 bond.
Shit, ain't too bad, but
I thought it was 150,000. Oh no, that's Sheepdog.
No,
that Sheepdog got 150. No, did Sheepdog get released? Did he get released?
No.
Okay,
He had been released on an ankle monitor from the previous search, which was in March. He had been out on an ankle monitor bond. He got re-nailed 2 days ago, and the press release was today, from what I understand. And That's what they said. I don't know if he's actually bonded out yet.
I thought it said release date or release whatever. But anyway, here and there, he's in deep shit, and good for him. I mean, it sounds so fucking morbid. It sucks that can't say the words on YouTube. CP.
Chicken pizza.
Sucks, but
Yeah.
chicken pizza. Chicken pizza. But yeah, fuck that dude.
That whole crew has always rubbed me the wrong way, dude. It always has, and now that 2 have gone down, I'm waiting for Patty's turn in the sun.
Well, it's an eye raiser when you saw when after Earl's trial and he was convicted, there's a sheepdog right next to him go, well, there's always the appeal, and he starts, remember that deal? Remember that?
And then they started lying about there being a commotion in the hallway, and Earl was going to get an appeal because somebody was there and all that crap. She was interfering with the jurors when she wasn't even there at that point. She'd gone home since all that bullshit.
That was fucking John Gray doing it, or
well,
good
John.
citizen.
Well, see, that's the funny thing. Like, I'm so surprised John went to Earl's hearing at that point, and then he quote unquote accidentally walked out with the jury and was filming them, and then he accidentally filmed them through the door as they were seated, walking across to the jury box.
As the jurors, yeah.
But I remember
He followed them. He panned. He followed them. He didn't accidentally pan. Yeah, that's not.
And then
accidental.
he said, "If I can see it from outside the jury room, then
bullshit.
it is within eye shot." Yada yada. But the first encounter I ever had with Authority Check, AC, good old AC, was when he appeared between Patty and Diddlin Jack, trying to extort Extra Good Citizen over some video they claimed they had from when
Miami.
they had done, when Becky O did that Florida auditing trip and they were all in a motel with her, and that they were going to release this video because John Gray's married. They were going to release this if he didn't do something for Earl or take some video down or pull something. I don't remember what it was, but they were basically trying to extort him. And AC was sitting right there on the panel between Jack and Patty, like pulling faces and going, no, and laughing about the whole thing. Which is one of the reasons I've never really trusted AC, but that's 2 now, buddy. You were chummy with Earl and you were chummy with Jack. So maybe
thanks for bringing up the Miami hotel room thing, man. I was doing my best to purge that out of my memory. Appreciate that.
Do you think Patty looked at Becky and said, "I'm your oxtail soup baby," and then Becky spit on the wall
why you got to get graphic? No, you're not going to get graphic. God dang, I got food coming. Damn it.
You know how messy Becky gets when she eats normally. I'm just saying, the mind boggles.
She can not only rip open a crab, she can rip open a crab boat.
Yep.
Just dismantle it. Just take it apart. Fucking hands.
But yeah, on the Rikita thing, though, but just let me tell you, if you get a Sonichu medallion, don't wear it. No matter what, burn the fucking thing.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't want to know.
So Chris Chan, dude named Chris Chan, was in jail and on trial for molesting his own mom. He is a lunatic who came up with this thing called Sonichu, which is a mix of Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog. And he believes in this whole harmonic convergence that's going to happen. It's all weird shit. But anyway, he wears this medallion of this character called Sonichu. And somebody gave Rikita one, and everybody said, that thing's cursed, dude. No, I'll wear it. Well, ever since he put it on, his life has gone to shit. So anybody sends you a Sonichu medallion, take it off.
Dude,
right.
so
I'm going to pop it a little bit later. My food's here.
All right, Navin.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Corrosive, for ruining it for me.
I'll holler at you. I'll email you and we'll get together. Thank you. Anyway, Corrosive. God damn it.
Yeah, if you want to roll that, pardon me, if you want to roll that arraignment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Why is it not letting me share that tab? No, that's not it. Hang on. This is on somebody else's channel. Hopefully I won't get struck. Let's see. So this is guys. This is from this morning. If you haven't seen it, that's Nick Ricada, and this is only about a 10-minute deal, and we'll stop it here and there, I guess, and do commentary over it. Because I don't know this person. I've never even been to that channel. It popped up in my feed while I was on the way to the store earlier, and I was like, oh shit, this is happening now. So I listened to it, but here it is. Let me play it. Corrosive, let me know if the audio's good.
Currently reside at
I hear it.
1291.
All right. They blocked out his address. So.
Okay. Your appearance today is based on 3 counts to a complaint order for detention. The record should reflect that Alex Kornahachi appears for the state of Minnesota. Mr. Ricada, you are self-representing yourself at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Count 1 is second-degree possession, 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine. This is in violation of Minnesota Statute 152.022, subdivision 2, prin A, prin 1. The maximum sentence for that count is 25 years in prison and/or a $500,000 fine. Count 2 is possession of ammunition or any firearm with the user of controlled substances. This is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum sentence is 364 days in the Candioi County Jail and/or a $3,000 fine. Count 3, endangerment of a child when present with a sale or possession of a controlled substance. Again, a gross misdemeanor. Maximum.
Get all your coke out, Nick, and kill yourself, you stupid motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm guessing that little comment there came from somebody on Zoom unmuting themselves. Yeah,
you got to remember that the crowd that Ricada used to run with, well, still runs with, like the Killstream and Ethan Ralph and all those guys. They troll like this as whenever possible. The one of these guys on a live Zoom where the guests aren't muted, that's like fertile fields for yelling.
Especially when it's Nick. Oh, this is I don't know if Voodoo and I have been talking about it the last few hours, and I in a way I'm heartbroken over this. You know, I mean, really, it's over the kids. You know? Yeah.
Well, somebody showed me the video the other day that appears to be somebody under his table making him very happy on a live stream, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look closer at him, I'm like, dude, he looks like shit. He looks like he's aged like 10 years in 6 months.
Wait, are you talking about the video where he puts his finger in his mouth?
He's sitting there, he's like sitting in the chair, and he looks down and he goes, what now? And then he like kind of throws his head back, he starts rolling his head around.
Everybody thinks, or everybody's saying that he was pleasuring himself.
No, I think somebody else was pleasuring him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said what now when he looked down.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Thanks, Corrosive. All right, hang on.
Theater of the mind.
I'm going to warn everyone again, this is a court proceeding. If you were in a courtroom with me, I would remove you. So any violation of that will be removed. Ms. Block?
Judge, I just disabled people the ability to unmute themselves, so I will work to unmute people as they need to speak to the court this morning.
All right, thank you. Aside from Mr. Ricada and Mr. Kornahachi, no one needs to at this point. Lastly, I think I was saying that the count 3 gross misdemeanor has a maximum sentence of 364 days and/or a $3,000 fine. Mr. Ricada, you understand what you've been charged with, and second question, the maximum sentences associated with each count?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, given you are an attorney, but it's important that I know that you understand your rights here. First of all, you are presumed to be not guilty of these charges. It is the state, not you, that has to prove what has been alleged in the complaint with evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right to trial by jury. All members of the jury would have to agree that the state had met its burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt before you could be convicted. You have a right to counsel. You have a right to represent yourself, of course. If there's a trial, you could give your side of the story and testify, but you also have a right to remain silent. Indeed, you don't have to prove anything, so you don't have to say anything. If you remain silent, the judge can't make a comment about that. The prosecutor can't make a comment about that, nor can the jury take that into consideration.
I mean, I can't imagine coming down off of all of this shit, the alcohol leaving the system, all of that, and having to sit there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been in that chair before, but not like that.
Just to address Mom's comment real quick. No, he had both a wife and a girlfriend in the house with him. Pretty sure it was one of those two. Like the kids thing, the endangerment of the kids was only because he had minors in the presence of firearms and scheduled drugs, which were not stored properly. I think that's all it was. But his behavior lately has been erratic, so it's possible the kids weren't turning their lessons in. People say their kids are homeschooled, but I'm not sure if it's like a virtual charter school or if it's a true like homeschool, or if it's one of those where you kind of do the schooling at home, but you still have to connect with a real educator on the other end and turn in lesson plans and turn in test results and stuff like that so they can verify it's being done right. As far as what Nick's coming down onto, I suspect he's sitting there. That look on his face is every live stream I've ever done can now be brought up and mined for shit in this case.
Yep.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, well, we'll get there. Don't hold on to that thought.
You have a right to confront, challenge, or cross-examine anyone who testifies against your interest. You have a right to call witnesses and the power of subpoena. You have a right to all of the state's discovery before trial, and including exculpatory information and evidence. And at the end of the day, if you think the court made some mistakes or a jury made some mistakes, you have a right to appeal. Any questions about those rights as I've explained them?
No, Your Honor.
This is a Rule 5 hearing. Sometimes we call it a bail hearing. We'll set this for a Rule 8 hearing. Under the rules, you have the right to have that hearing within 14 days of today's hearing, but you could waive that as well, given
why would I want to spend
your right to seek counsel if you so choose. Do you want this scheduled within 14 days, a Rule 8?
No, Your Honor, I'd like to waive that. We can combine it into a contested omnibus hearing. That would work.
All right, so we could, for today's purposes, combine Rule 5, Rule 8?
Yes, sir.
All right. And before you ask for a speedy, you want to hear what the state is requesting as far as release conditions?
Yes, I'd like to hear what the state is requesting.
I didn't say it, but you also have the right to have me read the complaint today.
No, I'll waive that right, sir.
All right, very well. Mr. Kornhachi, what is the state requesting as far as release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is requesting $50,000 unconditional. In the alternative, we would agree to RPR with standard drug conditions, which would include no use, random testing, no use and possession of firearms, contact probation as directed, don't leave the state without permission from the court, remain law-abiding, keep in contact with probation, and other standard conditions.
Mr. Ricada, any objection to those conditions?
I object to the $50,000 bail. I think it's unduly burdensome and in violation of the 8th Amendment.
All right, what about the conditions?
Release conditions sound fine.
All right, the court will.
I mean, yeah, release conditions sound just fine.
He's like, I can stay off the drugs, and I probably won't play with any guns because I'm not going to buy any. So yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't believe he has a criminal record. You know, he's 40, I think 42 or 43 years old. So my guess, well, let's let it finish and then we'll get to that.
Set unconditionally amount of $50,000 cash or bond. Conditionally, you'll be released on your own personal recognizance. In all instances, you need to be law-abiding and show up for all your court appearances. Conditions are as follows: abstain from the use of alcohol or any mood-altering chemicals not prescribed by your physician. That will be subject to random testing. So the court will order that you meet with probation upon your release, sign their agreement, and cooperate fully. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms of any nature, or be in the presence of anyone with a firearm or dangerous weapon. And do not leave the state of Minnesota without prior approval of the court. Any questions about those release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. Did you say 50 or 15,000?
50,000. 50.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let me ask this. Do you still want a speedy omnibus, or can it be scheduled in normal course?
Do we schedule the normal course, Your Honor?
Very well. Madam Clerk, do we have a date for that?
I'm sorry, Judge, I'm just going to interrupt. This is Katie Block, the court administrator. Do you want this next hearing to be in person or a remote?
In person.
Thank you for the clarification.
Mr. Ricada, you said contested, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yes, in person.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, just to clarify, timelines are waived?
Yes.
And Madam Clerk, just so the court is aware, Kristen Pierce is handling this case going forward.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So while we're waiting for the date, $50,000 bond, cash or surety, which means he can
And the
pay.
matter has been assigned with Judge Fisher. I'm looking at Tuesday, August 20th at 2:45.
Good for the state.
Judge
Without
Fisher,
having a calendar, sounds great.
So I didn't realize when I heard it the first time what's about to happen, I didn't realize that he was waiving the speedy to wait until August, you know, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, why did he do that? Why did he do that? But of course he's got, you know, he's got his wife that he's going to represent, and that part is fixing to come up. But now that I've been able to wrap my head around the timeline of him doing what he's thinking at this point in time, now it makes sense. It makes even more sense, not just from the standpoint of the outcome of what happens to him very well may affect the outcome of what happens to anyone else involved that he may be representing, right?
Yeah.
Because I kind of felt like that was a bad move on his part. You know, like, well, what are you thinking, dude? There is no
dude, you like in a criminal trial like this, a civil trial, you want it to go as fast as you can because it costs you money daily. Criminal trial, you want to push that as long as you can afford to because stuff gets lost. People forget things. Reports get lost.
Yeah.
Evidence gets lost. Evidence degrades. People misplace things. I mean, you just want to push. Plus, it gives them a lot more time to try and build a defense. I've never watched Nick actually practice. I've watched him commentate about stuff.
Yeah,
like he was
right.
one of the people on the Brooks trial talking about it. But he's, from all accounts, he's a competent lawyer. But they, you know, they will tell you don't want to represent yourself. I would imagine that representing your wife in something you're also charged in, probably not the brightest idea. But if he thinks he can do it and save money, he's probably going to do it.
I know it, man. And that, to me, that's one of the biggest mind fucks that not only he faces, but that his wife faces as well. because you know damn good and well she's probably heard all of her life and her marriage to him, like a scenario like this, like, no, it would be a bad idea if I represent you. Of course, she can fire him at any time. So in a way,
Also,
if you think about it, corrosive.
Also, it gives them double privilege because they can't be forced to testify against each other, and
Right.
they get legal privilege because they're husband and wife.
That's right. That's
or
exactly
lawyer and client.
Yeah. So let's play the rest of this, and then you'll see kind of what unfolds.
Very well. Any other business we can conduct?
No,
Yes,
yeah, this. Oh, apologies. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I have requested to see two of my clients and have been forbidden from doing so. I would like to see them before their arraignment.
He's going to represent his
I'm not
wife.
understanding your request. Can you repeat it?
As two of my clients are set for arraignment today, I have requested to see them. They have both requested to speak to their attorney, who is me, and they have been prevented from doing so up to this point. I was wondering if we could get an order to allow me to at least speak to my clients before they come into their first appearance.
Gornahachi?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if the court is aware. April Multi has been released.
Okay.
Did you see how quick he looked up right
And
there?
then I believe the other person.
Hey,
Wait, what?
Yeah, obviously this is news to him, right?
Yep.
Let me just back it up.
The way that he was explaining it too about talking to his other clients, he very intentionally did not state who they were or the fact that it was related to his case.
Yeah,
That
but
was very intentional.
Yeah, but they
He's
all
trolling
know.
the judge. He's trolling the judge.
Yeah. Well, so here, let's watch this again.
And then I believe the other person who's referring to is his wife, Kayla. Is it Rikita? Rikita. I'll leave it to the court's discretion. They are charged as co-defendants. I believe she would have to waive any conflict, etc. But I don't take a position.
And to be frank, I don't know if that's a waivable conflict at this point, given they are co-defendants. But there's no request from the state that obviously they are married, so there's no request that they be separated. True?
Correct.
Well, it's an issue of denying counsel to Ms. Rakeda, so I will grant the request and leave that as an issue for Judge Fisher. At least to get us through the arraignment this morning.
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Jailer, are you able to make accommodations? Mr. Rakeda, how much time do you need?
Not long, just about 15 minutes, Your Honor.
Can the jail accommodate that?
That'd be up to the jail administrator, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I would have to talk with the jail administrator.
All right. If they have any difficulties with that, the jail administrator, since I'll be in these proceedings, should contact Chief Judge Beckman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Since Ms. Rakeda is not available, at least for the next 15 minutes, do we want to take the next matter?
Fine with the state, Your Honor.
Do we want to interpret the case next?
Which case?
So, yeah, that was the arraignment of one Nick Rakeda.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a smart move. Now anything he and his wife say to each other is like I said, is double privilege because it's lawyer client and they can't be forced to testify against each other. Not sure how good it's going to be for their long-term relationship, but as far as
well, not only that, but she can fire him at any time.
Yeah, she can.
That's the other thing, which he probably would recommend doing.
But the other thing that it does is that it also insulates information to try to keep more information from getting out to the public. If they were having an independent lawyer, people that are just legal secretary, a runner, they see something about the case, people are going to be offering money so they can get the details. So that this further insulates them from having information getting leaked out.
Yeah, I don't know if Nick is really all that big. I mean, I know he's got, combined 1 million people following him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not huge. He's not a tiny channel.
But I do know it was interesting to watch because I saw it last night. Corrosive, I don't know how many of these guys and gals you follow in the law tube, but it was interesting watching Andrew from Legal Mindset, what he was saying and how he was. I was like, dude, you really are all about the clicks and views, man. You are not his friend. Andrew Bronca and Kurt from Uncivil Law, I thought, did really well in their take on it and what they had to say to not only Nick but the audience as well.
Yeah.
I haven't checked. I haven't gone to Legal Bites ever since Johnny Depp, so who knows what that crackpot is saying. And of course, Emily, she probably ain't touching this shit with a 10-foot pole publicly. I can't say.
Emily Baker?
Yeah,
Emily Baker. Yeah, no, I think she's busy over following the Karen Reed stuff right now. Natalie Lawyer chick turned up on a Karen Reed panel today, probably trying to distance herself from Rikaida as hard as possible.
Oh, dude.
Brian, I just want to address Brian for a second. Yeah, it wasn't just like they didn't catch him with an ounce of weed. From what I understand, it was 23 grams of schedule coke or meth level drugs.
No, they said 25 and over.
25 and over. All right, that's like 3 or 4 8 balls. It's a lot of freaking drugs. Scales, baggies, an AR style rifle, ammunition. So yeah. And when they first showed up with the warrant, which I think was a welfare of a child check,
that's what I think.
Like he told them to go, or they showed up to do a welfare check without a warrant. He told them to get fucked. They came back with a warrant and a battering ram and took the front door off the hinges. So,
well, if what he said is true, which he doesn't. I mean, as far as I know, you follow Reddit. I don't delve into Reddit at all, but over the years, he said multiple times that because of all the doxing and the baseless welfare checks and all of that, that the police department in his town, they call him, personally on the phone. They don't just show up out there anymore. So I wonder, they called. I mean, I can't imagine he's like the police are calling, and if it was anything indicative of the night before on his stream where he was just rambling nonsense, that's probably
Your Honor, I needed the AR to shoot the ghost that keeps popping up in the corner that I keep seeing while I'm live streaming. Yeah, no, dude. Brian. Yeah, there's plenty of evidence. He was so out of it that when they told him they were coming back with a warrant, he didn't think to flush the 25 and over grams of drugs he had in the house. I mean, that should tell you something. And this is a lawyer.
But the scale and the baggies are going to fucking.
I mean, that's what I was driving at earlier. I mean, Corrosive's right. It was a good strategy that he took, but my history with my own criminal shit that I've dealt with in the past is like, bro, you can try to put this off as long as possible. You're doing the next 10 years on deferred adjudication, bro. You might as well just eat that fucking shit and just get used to it now.
Well, I mean, I think his strategy was he thinks he's the smartest lawyer in the room, and out of the available public defenders, he might be. So clearly he handles his own arraignment. He said, yeah, I'm a lawyer. I can take care of this part. And he seemed to handle it well. And his strategy probably was, I'm going to act as an arraignment lawyer for these other two. And it's going to be, yes, Your Honor, no, Your Honor, keep your mouth shut and let me talk if anything comes up, which is fine. That's good advice. And his wife may ditch him as a lawyer as soon as they can hire a decent lawyer. But this
Yeah.
is get you arraigned to get you the hell out on bail. So depending on who the cards draw that night, who's around to be your assigned public defender, if you don't already have a lawyer on retainer, he may be the best choice, or he may actually be her lawyer, in the real world. So that would probably get him through the arraignment and through the bail system a lot quicker.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, shit, I lost my train of thought. What I was going to say.
Well, Brian, the endangerment charge is only because Minnesota has a statute that says if you have drugs and guns in the house and you have kids there, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's just a proximity thing, which they will probably, I mean, if you've got somebody on felony, like 30-year felony weight drugs and a misdemeanor weapons charge and a misdemeanor child endangerment charge, you're probably going to toss the two misdemeanor charges to attempt to get them to plea on the felony for a reduced felony charge.
Well, and that's the other reason I was saying what I was saying about the deferred. He doesn't have a criminal record, so he's eligible for deferred adjudication. That's the only way he keeps his guns after all this is over. That's the only way that he's free to travel. He'll have on his record that he was charged with a felony, but he will not be a convicted felon.
Well, and
Unless, barring successfully completing deferred adjudication, and
Right.
it's also the only hope that his wife has as well.
hopefully he has gone to the shooting range lately, where you're signing in, signing out. That's you come home and you can say he keeps his firearms under the bed, which is fucking ignorant, but let's say he does. He can say that that's from transferring the firearms from the case to under the bed,
Well,
a spent case. That's one of the only things to make it seem like that it's possible that he didn't discharge a firearm in the house,
Yeah,
because that's going to go against him.
they're from what I read, there was only speculation from what I saw from I think it was like some St. Paul news article that said that there was a spent casing on the floor, but it didn't expand on that and say that it had been recently fired. I mean, it could have come out of his pocket, when he took his pants off from firing off a round, the other day or something. I don't know. But what I was going to say about April was there was a lot of course, in my mind as I'm driving my truck and I'm listening to this, and as soon as I heard that the guy say, well, I don't know if the court is aware that she's already been released, I thought, she ratted him out, And then when I got home and I went back and watched it, and I was watching the chat and people were saying the same thing. And it's like, no, look, the news article said when they busted down the door, they found April and they found, they said they found a young lady. I don't know how old his other, the fifth child or the first child, however you want to look at it, is, but I imagine it was April and the 4 younger children. And yeah, they'll charge her, send her, downtown or wherever, and throw her in the clink for a few hours. And it's entirely possible that they dropped the charges. It may not have anything to do with she's going to turn state's evidence on Nick Rekieta or something. But I don't know. I didn't see that get thrown out there much of what the reality possibly could be. Ultimately, it's not her house, so.
Right. I mean, she could make the argument that she had just gotten there an hour before and had no idea what was going on. And look, feel free to drug and alcohol test me. I'm clean. I'm not part of this, and they just picked her up in the sweep.
Yeah.
Because her court pending charges were drugs, 5th degree, possess schedule 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know. That was as of yesterday. It looks like they cut her loose. I saw a thing somewhere where she said they did this to me or something like that. But this is the internet. Anybody could have made that up. Until I see verification on it, I'm going to want to treat that as possibly a fake post or a fake thing. If I don't see it in context, I'm not necessarily going to believe it.
But when you see it all laid out, I can't help but think, let's see, who brought, so they were always drinkers from what Clown and I watched, because we watched Ricada for a couple of years. But when you look at it just on paper, don't know who everybody is. In my mind, the 29-year-old is likely the person that brought the meth in, and not, the two 40-something-year-olds with 5 kids. But that's just what I think.
I don't know. There's no telling. I mean, they travel all over the world and all over the United States for all these different, Comic-Con and Montsuri and all that stuff. And there's no telling. I mean, Drex could have brought that shit over there and dropped it off. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it could have been anybody. I'm not saying.
Yeah, and he's less a lawyer lately and more a YouTube personality. I remember when I first stumbled over him, it was probably 2018, 2019. Like I said, Killstream, Morning Kumite, Monkasaw, that stuff. And I can remember Nick, like, if it was really late on the stream, he'd crack a bottle and take a drink. And then a couple of years ago, I noticed that occasionally he'd start the stream with the bottle and then be pretty well plastered by the end of the stream. Last couple of times I've seen him, he comes into the stream 3 sheets to the wind and just gets blotto as the stream goes on. So he's clearly been in a worse way lately. And I do think a lot of that has to do with that case with Monograph, that he thought he was going to be able to win. And Monograph sued somebody else too, and I think won over being called a pedo. And he went, well, that's defamation, motherfucker. You can't do that.
I don't know if you saw it in that the stream. Yeah, it was the stream that was deleted. So it was in the same video you were talking about earlier, right? Same stream.
Well, it's not that deleted. I know people who have copies. It's still
it's out there. Oh yeah. And I just meant it was gone off his channel, but
he took it down.
Yeah, or his editor guy did. Because I think Nick might have been a little busy, but he was saying that he lost an appeal, and I'm guessing that it had to do with that case you were just talking about. Because I guess that wasn't. It seemed like maybe that wasn't public knowledge yet, and he was all fucked up and just talking, even though 90% of it was complete gibberish. But he did let that slip out.
Yeah, he gave the update. And Medicare was already getting ready to go live this weekend with an update about somebody else that he's been arguing with. I don't know if you've ever followed Mr. Medicare, but like the dude's terminal, he's got like 12 diseases and 4 different kinds of cancer, and he was supposed to be dead 6 months ago, but somehow he keeps surviving while all the people that hate him, their lives are falling into ruin, and he's sucking the essence of life out of them. But we go live about this other dude and was setting up the stream and was talking about it going live on Saturday. And then somebody's like, dude, Ricada just got arrested. And he's like, well, it's going to be a twofer. It looks like I'm going to have a double long stream.
Oh, man. I might have to tune in to see what they're all fucking saying, man.
Well, you kind of got to catch him as he's live, because he does it and then it gets deleted. He doesn't keep stuff around because YouTube hates him. And as soon as it streams, he pulls it so he doesn't get it. So they don't take it.
Right. Well, dude, I am, like I said, man, I'm a little bit heartbroken over this. I didn't hold Ricada up on a pedestal or anything. I told Voodoo a few years ago, I said, this is not good. Like, this is not going to end well. It was right after Rittenhouse. I think it was during the Canterbury trial. The kid that, murdered his parents because he didn't go to college or something, and then may have eaten them. And then the whole what was the guy that was like a professor in was it UC Berkeley or something, where the whole breaded thing came from. To me, that's when Nick really started going downhill. And I told her back then, I said, I'm telling you, he is headed for a fucking train wreck. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with this guy and his wife and all, there were some rumors back then about drugs, but again, it's like you said, man, a lot of shit is just internet chatter and chaff in the wind. You you can only believe about 0.5% of what you hear out of 100% of the shit out there, and but that's the way I felt about it. And then last night when I saw Legal Mindset live and I saw the title, I went, no, come on, man. I went over there and just I was heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for for him and his family.
Yeah. But I mean, this should be a lesson. Don't live your life on YouTube, man. Just don't fucking live your life on YouTube. I think he peaked with Rittenhouse. I think that was the high point of his LawTube commentating. They got the most views. It was the best fit for him because he's kind of that same libertarian, red pill, right wing sort of.
Yeah,
that was perfect for him. And since then, that whole libertarian angle has sort of faded from popularity on YouTube. And he was still trying to grab at it and was only entertaining as a mostly drunk guy who argues with people.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what it went down to, and after the Johnny Depp trial, people were begging him to continue covering trials, and I look at Emily Baker, and I mean uber successful, and doing her commentary, the Murdaugh trial, she did great on. I wished there had been more collaboration between them. In the little thing that they had going. I guess it was just never Nick's intent, and maybe it was feeling more like a job that he didn't want to do. I mean, he'd complained incessantly over the years about when he did work for a bank and when he did work for a law firm before he started his own, and how much he hated it. And I guess that was ruining the YouTube, internet, social media experience for him that he obviously wanted to make money at, because like I said, after the whole breaded thing and Johnny Depp and during the Murdaugh thing, he drastically shifted his format. He wasn't going on. He would still come on in his time slot at 11 o'clock during the week at night, but he would only stay on for an hour, and then he would move everybody over to locals or to Twitch so that he could get more of the money, because YouTube was not only censoring him, but it wasn't paying off for him. I mean, he was making a shit ton of money on YouTube, but not, I mean, clearly
YouTube was making almost as much. A lot of people don't know this. Once you're monetized on YouTube, they take 30% of your ad revenue, 40% of your super chats, and like 50% of your super thanks and super stickers. So people throwing super chats at people on YouTube, they're not getting all that money. A lot of it's going to Google. Now, I don't blame Google for taking their cut. They're providing us the platform. They let us do our thing. I'm sure some of that kickback goes back to probably goes to StreamYard, which is why it's free for people who don't want to pay for it. But just realize Google takes their cut of every penny that travels across YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's mind blowing. It really is. And I told Voodoo earlier, I said, I think the reason I did shit in my late 20s and early 30s that were destructive, that had almost the same end result without the jail time as he's possibly facing. But as far as being that age and going back to, having a coke habit and people with drugs around and all of that kind of shit in my home, I got all of that shit out in my late teens. So I can't imagine being in my 40s and fucking having to sit there being a pretty prolific lawyer and navigate my way after having to come down off of all of that shit and just experiencing all of that trauma. Oh, and by the way, probably feeling pretty shitty about what I've just done to my family as well.
Yeah.
And still maintain some semblance of a competent, not necessarily defense, but the other part of a lawyer's job is to ensure that the client, which would be him, gets a fair trial, even if he's glaringly guilty.
The community has been full of casual and heavy drug use for decades. it always, I mean, that's not going away. It's part of the personality of some attorneys.
Well, yeah, and that's true too. I mean, if people, if it gets commented about how cavalier he may have seemed, I mean, an attorney getting busted for coke to Nick is like, yeah, and you know, I mean,
I still think the drug use has only been fairly recent. I know he's been a drinker for a while, but I mean, if you get rid of all the attorneys that are drinkers, you're going to have 3 attorneys left.
Right.
In fact, some of them get popped being drunk in court these days, but I think the drug use is recent, and you can see pretty much when it became major. If you, like I said, you go back and look at him 5 years ago, 4, 3, 2, and then look at the last like 8 months in order. He kind of plateaued and then just fell off a cliff. He looks like absolute dog shit now. And it looks like maybe he caught one in the eye, maybe scuffling with the cops. I don't know, but it looked like he had a black eye going on in that arraignment.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but you're probably not wrong. Although I will say he looked better in that arraignment video than he did in his last live stream.
Oh yeah,
his fucking face was awful, and it didn't come up in that arraignment, obviously, because he did not want that shit read out. But it did say, and let me actually quote it. Let me see here. Yeah, this is from the Fox 9 Minneapolis St. Paul. Where did they say? Law enforcement noted Rekieta had several injuries to his arms at the time of his arrest. They described the injuries as sores that are common with controlled substance users. Charges said.
Maybe it's not coke then. Maybe it's meth.
That's meth. That's what I thought when I saw the stream.
Yeah. It's a shame, dude. It really is a shame. Just that's what I wanted to come on and talk about today. So
yeah, that's. I mean, I did not expect that. I expected him to flame out and maybe like just get run off for having a bad opinion, or finally get canceled, or like Kiwi Farms finally get wound up and expose him to the point where he had to move and decide to hang up YouTube and not tell anybody where he is. But I did not expect arrested with the potential for 30 years in prison for controlled substances. Did not have that on my bingo card this week.
No, absolutely not. Breaded, very breaded.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
When we were talking about this earlier, if he and his wife are not to the point that they are actually addicted, they have very good odds of coming out of this, with some scrapes and bruises, but not any long-term jail or anything outside of reputational and monetary consequences if they aren't addicted. If they are, they're fucked.
Well, yeah, that's true. And I mean, they're not cops, so being in Minnesota, they're not going to throw the book and then a couple more books at them for a first offense. So they've got that going for them.
No, probably not. It'll probably get, I mean, who knows? They may play it down to something reasonable, and they, like you said, they get deferred adjudication, keep your nose clean, or they get, you're a lawyer, so you're going to do 2 years of community service as a public defender, and if you keep your nose clean, we'll call it clean. Who knows? But I mean, it was just shocking. It amazes me how many of these guys from the old school have not realized that YouTube has changed. It is not the Wild Wild West anymore. You cannot behave online the way these people started behaving when they got here. And I think it's their inability to adapt to that that's causing some of their real life problems.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to watch Ralph be evil anymore. Now people only watch him because he gets drunk and passes out on his streams and snorts and snores and farts. Nobody thinks Ralph's entertaining. It's him being a lol cow now that's entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Going to a foreign country and getting beat up and getting his purse taken from him.
He went to Portugal. It used to be Portugal, but he went there and took the L.
Yeah, took the L.
And then he went back and got his ass beat again. That was the funniest part. It wasn't just once. He said, "Next time I'm coming, I'll beat your ass." Showed up and they kicked the shit out of him. Like, Ralph, come on, man.
Dude,
I mean, he had his wedding party at the bowling alley shut down because he thought that somebody was going to show up and raid the place. It's just so sad.
I drove by that bowling alley when that was going on, and there were cops all over the outside, and just people had filled the fucking parking lot. It was already over. I wanted to go see the Ethan Ralph in real life, and I got there and it was already over. I was bummed. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm speechless at this whole thing.
Yeah. All right, I gotta jump down. Gotta go find
Yeah,
something
man.
to eat. Have a good holiday.
Hey,
you and the missus.
and y'all stay safe, and thanks for coming up, dude. I appreciate
it.
Saving the show because I was about to lose my shit. All right, dude. Well, y'all, I am going to I'm going to end this. Well, I tried to put together something, and it went to crap. It went to hell in a handbasket. But 25 grams without intent to distribute sounds like they are taking it easy on him already. Well, I think that's the reason it was the degree of felony that it was because they were claiming right, Sugar Crits. They were claiming that it was intent to distribute. I don't know, dude. From what I understand, that's an ounce. That's an ounce of or whatever. So if it's meth, oof, Nick, bro, what?
Arrogance. He's in this position because of arrogance.
Yeah.
As I open my mouth.
Well, I mean, that's for like intestinal maintenance. You know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference. Yes, Sugar Crits. That's what I told. Voodoo. I dabbled a little more than she ever did.
That's not true.
Way back when, but yeah, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I told her. I said that's enough coke to where you can chop that shit up with the edges of your palms and lay out like a coffee table length line and just fucking go to town, man. That's not even all of it. That's like that's a party of 4, for days. I mean, and how he must have been feeling this morning in court. Oh my God, man. Lady Rackets facing those charges, and the kids and him facing the wrath of Rackets. I don't know.
But that arrest picture, she looked just as bad as he did.
Yeah, she didn't look good, that's for sure.
No.
She's a pretty lady. I mean,
she wasn't in the kitchen baking cookies.
No. Not the other night she wasn't. Sugar Crit said she used to play with the Bolivian shale once in a while. 7-8 balls. Yeah, that's a lot of powder. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that Brian, that's a lot, man. That's a whole fucking lot. That's a shit ton, as we would say down here in Texas. Rick Crude's probably like, that ain't shit. I got that in my fucking toothbrush holder. All right, y'all are a bunch of fakes. Yeah. I keep that in my cup holder in my scooter. All right. I grow all my fingernails long. Not just the pinky. That's how we do it down here in East Houston. The dog got into a bowl of my meth. All right, that's what happened. All right. BTC said he was going to help me. He killed the dog. All right. Anyway. All right. All right. All right. God, I got to get some sound clips of him. Anyways, I'm going to get off here and get me something to eat and get ready for Fvckery Friday. You guys, if you get a chance, I'm sure y'all know Flying Monkey's channel, but I'm going to post the link anyways. Let me find it. I don't know why. Like, they have got me in her shadow banned, and I literally every fucking time.
What, you go to look for her?
I have to look for her, yeah. Oh, yes, Flying Monkey, Wizard of Oz, you motherfucker. Because I always click on that bullshit, right? You know, so hang on. Okay, here's the link. Copy that.
It's not coming up for me.
What's not coming up for you?
For live.
Okay, there's
There it is. I see it.
there's the link for Flying Monkey stream. She's going to go live in about an hour and a half. We'll be over there hanging out. One time he said he swept a few handfuls of meth off the floor after Bandito's partied at his house. Yeah.
Everybody knows he didn't sweep the floor.
Yeah, it brings a whole new meaning to the word trike. Your mom is. They probably, his nickname is probably grandmother, grandma. Here comes grandma. She ain't got her teeth in. You know, somebody get the fucking disability ramp for grandma on her goddamn mobility scooter.
No, he probably gives better blowjobs without this.
Hey, is that ramp ADA compliant? We don't want this motherfucker falling over and suing us for negligence. You know, that motherfucker talking about he's gonna sue everybody, call the cops on us. All right. It's not, you know, I don't even know. It's a four-wheeler. It can't be a trike because it's got two wheels in the front, but they are close together. Yeah, right. Still eating better fucking trunk monkey. All right, Lisa B. All right, yeah. Bunch of motherfuckers. King 9 fucking Nazi Terry over there, you know, making fun of me. Wants to see my shed. I was laughing my ass off the other day when he posted that video of his fucking tent falling down on him. And it was only up for like 60 seconds, and I posted a comment in there, and I said, oh my God, is Cinnamon okay? He got super mad about that. I don't know why he's talking so much shit. I was trying to help him out with them the other night in Katie's chat with them. What are they? The Tigers or whoever all them fucking fuck nuts are. I was trying to help him out and drive traffic to his channel. And then that's the way he repays me talking all that shit. Fucking punk bitch. He owes my wife an apology and everything. Fucking bastard. He's a real piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he ain't got how many pounds?
An ounce of flesh.
An ounce of flesh? Well, we might only be able to get an ounce because the rest of the ounces are getting up by the gangrene and the diabetes. So, I mean, and if we're going to get it, we better hurry. He ain't going to be around for long, you know. I wish Lisa would put that live stream back up. What's up, Trump? I wish Lisa would put that live stream back up where we had that in real time animation of him trying to catch a date. That was fucking funny as fuck. Anyway, well, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And shit, it's only Friday, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got 3 more days of this shit.
Cleaning the garage.
Yeah, we'll clean the garage and do something. We'll figure something out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, and hopefully see you over there at Flying Monkeys. Laters.